All right, this is KaotiK Crypto, where tyranny is defied. It is October 3rd, 2023. Got a little tripped up there. I wanted to say September. Pretty bad. It's crazy this year's gone by. Good things is every day is a day closer to the halving in 2024, 2025. It will be super bullish. I'm very optimistic about the markets. I think things are going to be really doing good things, but we're still kind of in this, consolidation, no man's land territory. Kind of wanted to pull up Ethereum because I feel like Ethereum kind of gives us the best sort of idea of what's going on here. Like it's going to either bounce on up here to come up to 2000 probably by Christmas time. Well, even November to this resistance at about 2000, right? 2000, 2100, or we're going to break down. And I don't think we're going to break down heavily. I think we're actually going to continue this bounce. Maybe we come down and retest this 1600 area. But to me, I think the markets are just doing this quick correction. Everyone was all bullish yesterday, Uptember, what do they call it? Uptober, right? And then today is completely reversed. Fear and Greed Index was at, I think it's at 50. 50, which is kind of, I wish it was lower. We're also looking at the open interest, the margin interest is a little bit high too. So we may get another pullback down and kind of fake everybody out. And I'll show you too what that might look like in the charts. So to me, I think Ethereum's going to continue bouncing. We might have some positive momentum, but if we do break below 1600 with conviction, we could go down to 1100, to 1000 even. The stock market may dictate kind of what happens there. But as a whole, let's look at this a little closer here. It's interesting in the way that, we are kind of forming another shoulder to this head and shoulders pattern, which one second. I guess the target for a head and shoulders pattern like that could be pretty ugly. It would come down. It could come all the way down to 20,000 to 16, 18,000 possibly, because we have shoulder here, head there, shoulder, and depending how you draw it, you could draw it across like this or kind of slanted, and the slanted one actually gives us a further shot down, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. But if it is a head and shoulders, it could get ugly. But if it's not, then what's happening here is this: we've broken out of this wedge and we're actually testing the support, and it's good as long as we hold above 26.9, 27. Let's look a little closer here. Phone's going crazy. 20, 27, 26, 27. So if we keep above this line really, and maybe just hold this support and then bounce, that would be really good. But if we break below it, it could get pretty ugly. So that's just something to look at in the short term. I feel like October is going to be kind of bullish, but I don't know. I feel like October will be bullish, November will be kind of meh, and then December will be bullish again. And then probably a lull between January, February, and then March, kind of a slow time. But usually the winters are kind of like gloomy, dark, not really that great of price action. And then the halving will be, April, March, March, April. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, regardless. Let's take a look at the 4-hour on Bitcoin. We did get some fair amount of selling volume, which is unfortunate. It is, looking at the 4-hour, it is kind of ugly, but again, we are testing this previous line of resistance as support as long as we stay above it, and that's okay. That is a pretty hard rejection, though. But I don't see the rejection really came from, I guess, the previous area, all this trading area right in here. So it makes sense that we would have gotten rejected there. Maybe not that heavily, but it's good that we're still above this line. That's the 4 hour. Let's look at the daily. Zooming in. Zooming in. Kind of want to see the volume. The volume selling on this candle was pretty high. It wasn't higher than this, and it wasn't higher than the selling volume or this buying volume here. So I think we're still kind of in a consolidation, business as usual. We're not missing any crazy prices. Like, we're still in a good territory to buy and set positions, in my opinion. But we are a little bit overheated on the open interest, margin interest, and the fear and greed is at 50. It'll probably be at like 45 or something like that today, maybe even 40 if we're lucky. But I don't know. I really feel like we need one more scare in this bear cycle, bring us down to 20 or something, or 2025 fear and greed index, and I'd feel a lot better. I just don't know when that's going to come. Is that going to come in October, November, December, or is that going to come in like last market cycle in March, April, with some kind of crazy unforeseen black swan, like a viral infection of some kind? So I don't know. It's going to be a stock market thing. The stocks do look pretty rough, but for me, I feel like the Dixie, which is the U.S. dollar index, U.S. dollar strength as a whole, I feel like it's going to have to max out here, right? Like, it's going to have to stop at some point. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Like, will it stop at this point? I don't know. It just seems to me like it can't just keep rising in this just parabolic insanity. I believe it had like 14 straight weeks of green. Let's see. I mean, it does happen from time to time, like in these situations. I mean, is it going to be like this forever? I mean, at some point, this thing's going to top out, at least take a correction. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks of green. So, I mean, the odds are it's going to slow down. So, we'll see what happens there. Let's take a look at the stock market. I believe it had a pretty bloody day today. If I can be... Yeah, pretty bloody day. And as I said, I think it's going to retest this previous zone of maybe support. This is the S&P. Now, if we don't, if we don't bounce off this, it's going to get real ugly. But I think we're probably going to bounce somewhere in this area. It could be probably have one more day of green. Maybe we bounce a little bit, then come back to one more. But I think the stock market probably has seen most of its blood, and I think that the Fed's going to have to reverse their stance here. We're probably going to see another bank collapse or two, if I had to guess. There's going to be some kind of something's going to happen, I think. I think something is going to give. See, NASDAQ hasn't pulled back as much as I think. I think it might still pull back pretty hard. Let's look at the Dow. I believe the Dow is actually down year over year, which is pretty insane. Yeah, it's like... Looks like the Dow wants to act. So what's interesting, the Dow Jones did break that previous line. That the other two lines I'm thinking are going to bounce off of. Is this thing predicting that those are going to break down? It'd be pretty bad. It'd be very bad. But the market's definitely not looking that great. But Bitcoin is actually holding up all right, which is interesting. I think we might be seeing a sort of decoupling. I mean, Bitcoin's down 1%, but the stock market's down. I was just looking at it. I mean, SPX is down 1%. S&P, where is the Dow? Dow Jones is down 1.2%. And Bitcoin's down, 0.5%. So that's just interesting. Usually it's interesting that like a trend like that when Bitcoin is not dumping as hard as the stock market means there's a decoupling, there's something going on. So yeah, let's see what's else going on. Crypto bubbles. Are we really up this hard? Yeah, this is on the weekly, of course. Gala Games coming back. still, I mean, Gala Games, I think is going to be a great player. Gala Games and Nakamoto. I think those two are going to be real good players. Engine is a good one as well. I've even heard that Soul is supposed to be something aid in, I guess, NFTs and video game stuff. So I think Soul absolutely is probably similar to Ethereum in last cycle. Ethereum last cycle went down to $60, $80. And it went to $4,000. So Sol is at $20. I mean, I think it's very possible that Solana goes to $500 to $1,000, maybe even a bit more this cycle. And that's like a 25x. So I mean, I really think Solana is going to do well. Matic is going to do well. Stacks is the Bitcoin ordinals situation there. Render is going to do well. All of these that I see, Arbitrum is probably going to do pretty well. I had a bunch of optimism about the tokenomics that BitBoy's guy, I think AJ is his name, did. I'm like, really, why have optimism when you can have some probably better returning coins? I think XRP is going to do great. If Tezos can get some good news with the European Union, I think was looking at them for some kind of settlement layer. I kind of forget. Algorand, definitely solid. Link, Injective, Aave. What is XEC? I forget about this. eCash. I'm not very familiar with eCash. I think VE Chain. All these that are green, I'm looking. These are a lot of my plays. Dot, Link, Filecoin, XDC. I don't know what NFT is. That sounds a little bit sketch. Tron has been around for a good while. They actually assist in, settlements on, I believe, stable coins and stuff like that. So Tron's been a while. Justin Sun had that lunch with Warren Buffett like 3 or 4 years ago. I think Tron's definitely a solid play. Synthetic assets, that's going to be a play. Tokenization of assets on the blockchains, definitely going to be a move. Absolutely going to be a move. Bitcoin SV, I would watch out for this thing. Please be careful with that. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is like purely opinions. I'm just a dude on the internet, as they say. But yeah, please hit subscribe. Click the likes, leave a comment below. If you have any suggestions, any comments, questions, I always try to answer whoever's posting. Might not be most Johnny on the spot. I do have a full-time job as well and work out of town a lot. And I have a band, and I'm into crypto, so it's just a lot. But I like to stay busy, but also have a hard time keeping up with things, so... Let's see, Injective. Let's check out the news. I was listening to the news a fair amount today. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried. God, my phone is just killing me. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried is, I guess, not so freed. I guess they're picking his jury today, and they're going to try to give him some time, whatever. I don't really care about the dude. I just want give me my money back. Because apparently he probably helped to cause Voyager's demise and Celsius' demise because of the loan situation and all that, which is weird. He may have single-handedly caused the whole issue with the market somewhat to some degree. Probably took that money and probably gave it to politicians, and then they laundered it. Whatever happened, I don't care. But they need to get the money back to the people. Like, Jesus, like, what's the freaking problem? Like, why is there... It's just so sketchy, like everything else. Crypto is on trial alongside Sam Bankman-Fried. I don't know what that. I don't care about that. Crypto-friendly Representative Patrick McHenry becomes Speaker pro temp following House Speaker oust. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know enough about that. Let's see. Not perfect privacy with ENUS. I don't know what that is. Circle USDC burn impacts Base's network total value locked. It's interesting that like Base's blockchain, I guess Coinbase's blockchain, you can't buy it on Coinbase. It has to be through the Coinbase wallet. Now, I don't know if they're trying to do that because they want you to download the wallet. I got an email from Coinbase recently saying that to get some free crypto, I had to download their wallet or something. Something to look into. Coinbase has been pretty good to me. I've had it for 6 years, no real problem. Great customer service. they haven't gone down really. I mean, they do freeze occasionally from over traffic, but it's been a good company. It's better than Celsius and Voyager. But you definitely want to, you buy your crypto. It's kind of like buying gold. Like, you put that in your safe, not in someone else's safe. Like, get your crypto, put it in your own wallets, your own cold storage, ledgers, treasures, at least hot wallets. I use Atomic, Exodus, Kyber. I have multiple different places I keep my crypto. And I keep some on exchanges to trade, of course. So you got to be proactive. And staking. But I don't think staking is completely free, like safe, I guess is the word. I mean, I haven't had any problem with staking, but I think like the next bull run, we may see breakdowns and issues with some of the decentralized apps, like DeFi apps, like staking. We might see some real hacks happen. Like, maybe this is just a very 2 to 3 year prediction, but I think like what's going to be the next top? I think it might be issues actually with the blockchains and the networks, like which ones are going to survive, which ones get hacked, maybe, or like some kind of major flaws in the systems. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think this may be the worst bear market. I was around the 2018 bear market. It wasn't nothing like this. I didn't quite have as much money in it, but I don't think. I mean, the worst that market had was Craig Wright coming out and creating BSV, and that forking the Bitcoin blockchain. That was kind of sketchy, but like that wasn't nothing compared to entire bank systems failing and Bankman Fried and Celsius and Voyager and BlockFi. Like, bam, bam, bam. Like, they tried to kill it, and it's still here. It's kind of funny in a way. I don't know what's going on. So a little bit of rant there. Cardano, a stablecoin project, gambled away investors' money before rug. Don't know what that's. Coin tell a lie, as BitBoy says. Ben Armstrong. Star Atlas. I actually have a little bit of this. I want to buy more. Unlocks tools to help game devs build on Solana. So I was just saying, Solana it's going into the game system, and Solana is known for its NFTs. It's also, I think they're trying to get into audio NFTs or some kind of way to help artists. They have, like, I guess Audius is like a Spotify, like a blockchain Spotify. I think that musicians need to see better. And musicians want ETF or NFTs, and I think there's going to be like some kind of a version, like an NFT for. There's going to be definitely NFTs for tickets. For tickets, you go see a band. You see your band on a certain day. Maybe you get an NFT. Hey, you went to this show back 10 years ago. Here's, it's cool. It's something. I can see it being something that could be traded, or at least, hey, get your badge for it, right? I can see that, but I think musicians having their music on the blockchain might be, to immortalize yourself on the blockchain would be something. Like, to write a riff, it's not in just some cloud forgotten in time. It's actually preserved on the blockchain. Like, maybe I'd feel a lot better knowing that at least my music's somewhere and not just my brain. Anyway, it's just me talking. Van Eck, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm done ranting about all that. Yeah, but again, like, my concern is the open interest. I think we might get a pull down on that, and the fear and greed is a little bit worrisome. Let's see what else we got here. Look at token metrics. Let's see, 22%. Still mostly a little bearish, I guess. I feel like this is basically just fear and greed, and we're definitely more in the fear end of things. Like, I mean, you look at this, we're clearly still in consolidation, bearish sideways crab movement, nothing crazy. Bitcoin dominance is still pretty high, but we're probably getting ready to reverse here soon, if I had to guess. We did get a little bit more volatility. This could be a start for like a trend of more volatility, but it's very beginning of it. I'm thinking we might see 38 to 42K by the end of this year, possibly about Christmas, and then we get a lull. I don't really have a whole lot to suggest why I think this. Let's see if I can find a decent. This chart's a little bit cleaner. I tend to make a lot of lines and squigglies. So far, this squiggly seems to be the most what I think might happen. I'm kind of thinking. I mean, that'd be pretty crazy if we came up that high. And then we come back down to 28 to 32K. and then come back up to 45, 50 around halving, and back down to 30. I could see something like that. I feel like we're going to break up above this 28 to 30K level at some point. Just do we have to like really stay down here much longer? Again, 21 to 23K is still a possibility. We want to still understand that that's something that could happen. But part of me just thinks that we're going to have some positive news coming here soon. And it's just we've been going sideways for 6 months. I'm not sure. What else can we say? I don't know what else is really going on. Unemployment. We had positive movements we had positive numbers in the U.S. jobs report. So that means interest rates probably will stay the same, but I don't know if they're going to actually raise them. I think we might start seeing a little bit of negativity stuff. Bitcoin lost 1%. Ethereum ETFs face lackluster debut. Yeah, the ETF was pretty lackluster. Mysterious Satoshi account. Yeah, just a lot of non-news, kind of like boring. So, I mean, there isn't a whole lot going on. It's great, still a great time to accumulate. Algorand is, look how low this thing is. And all it's going to take, once this thing breaks above this trend line, it's going to start going up. I think Algorand is one that no one's really talking about. Everyone's kind of written off Algorand. I think that might be one to, Gary Gensler himself endorsed Algorand to his classroom. I think that's I don't want to say it's a safe bet, but it's a bet. I think Atom is pretty strong. It really didn't get hit too hard by this bear market. I mean, it got hit pretty hard, but it's not like. I think it's in a good position for some great gains. Maybe it gives $100, $200 if I had to guess. Let's see. I'm going to just do a couple quick. DOT. Looking. I think like DOT. It's over. It's at 12x just to its all-time high, and you can get 12%. You get 12% rewards on this thing through Crypto.com. You can get 10% on Crypto Coinbase. You can get 12 to 15%, I think, on just private wallets. Stuff like this. You get 22% on Exodus and Atomic Wallet through Atom. It's just insane. These are insane opportunities, and like these projects are also going to increase in value. So Link's getting a rejection from its pretty obvious. It's pretty expected that it would get rejected where it got rejected, but I'm kind of thinking it might hold support this time. I mean, how many more times is it going to go up and down, up and down? I think we're going to probably hold some support here and then break through this thing. But I did take a fair amount of profit on my margin with it. Near Protocol, looking juicy. A lot of these projects looking pretty juicy. Riot basically trades like a crypto stock. 80%, it's at $8 now. It's 10x to its all-time high. It'll probably do better than that. Interesting that Riot kind of started in 07, 08. I wonder if this has something to do with it. I'm guessing it was a computer programming thing. Riot is a blockchain mining company now, as is Mara and Hive, and soon to be, hopefully, the new co of Celsius. VE chain, all-time high, 25 cents, currently at 1 cent. So it is a 20x to its all-time high, 10, 15x. 10x is 16 cents, so about 15 to 20x to its all-time high. So VE chain's looking juicy, and it's like one of the few that actually deals with supply chain management. It's a good crypto to have. Zilliqa, I want to see do great. I just don't know about what's going to happen with this baby. No, this is not Zilliqa. It's Tezos. Tezos, really, it's over a 10x to its all-time high. Zilliqa, 16 cents, or it's 0.01 cent to, that's like 15x to its all-time high. This thing deals with games and NFTs. Looking at the website the other day, it looked like a pretty good project, honestly. And XRP, obviously, I think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to do well. H bar. It hasn't been around this app long enough. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of check in, see what's going on with the markets. It's just kind of just still sideways. I'm expecting more sideways, maybe some slightly down, just judging on a lot of these indicators. So just hang in there, hodl on, keep on staying strong. It's possible that we start seeing some really bullish activity in the next few weeks. I think this is probably one of your last opportunities to load up. We might get another spike down. We just don't know. That's why you dollar cost average. Buying every week resolves that. And then if you do get the big drop, maybe put a little bit more that week. That's pretty much what I do. I set my auto buys every week. I don't think about it. But then if I see a bigger dip, or if it's like, oh, bro, it's like really everything's even more down than before, then I buy more. And then maybe it'll go down again. I don't know. I mean, I will say, like, this whole time I was like, I want to buy more. And I was like, damn, I'm going to buy more. And I just keep on buying, And then when it gets up like this, it's when you need to start really getting out. We'll talk more about that later, but in the meantime, hang on, hodl on, peace out.